Excuse me, can't you throw your bandits anywhere else? We're sleeping over here.
There is no inconvenient place or time for justice.
Well, right now seemed a pretty inconvenient time. Well, not time, but place.
It just gives you a really, I don't know, well, interested frown.
Doesn't he have a mask on?
Well, just half of the face is covered.
Is the mouth part covered?
Exactly.
Then how the fuck do I see a frown?
You see the eyes and the eyebrows. Yeah.
Well, if you'd excuse...
Whoa. Standing on the night.
What was that? Tiffany's singing. I don't know why. Never heard that song before.
And I said, hey, yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe we can get to this in the morning.
Excuse me.
Well, and he just starts to, put down his bedroll and, well, gets to sleep.
No one can understand what you're saying, Garth.
I stare at him in utter denial of how idiotic he is.
Yeah, he just makes himself comfortable he has chosen you to be under his protection. You should feel honored.
Fuck that! He interrupted our sleep by throwing that fucking dead dude in our faces, and then it's just there's no inconvenient time to dispense justice. Rolls his fucking bed roll out alongside us and just immediately goes to sleep. Can we just kill him in his sleep, please, immediately?
He's not asleep. He just pretends to be asleep.
Excellent. Can I go back to sleep now?
You can.
Sure.
Chen, how does this work? Because when I wake up 6 hours into sleep and then go back for another 2 hours, it's still gonna be a full rest.
Who's taking next watch? Or is it still Murdoch?
Of course I volunteer for next watch.
It's still Morlock, I believe.
Peculiar.
Tiffany, do I have to meet you?
Well, Goliath volunteers, as you just said.
Okay, Goliath takes watch.
Exactly.
Okay.
But here's my question still stands. Do I have to sleep another 8 hours?
We'll find out, won't we? Everyone goes back to sleep. Except this Goliath, who's just killed a person and thrown him towards your group. You guys all just, safely go to sleep. Like, he's not going to kill you in your sleep or anything like that. That's all cool.
I guess it would be polite to wish you a good sleep.
A few hours pass. Seemingly uneventful. Toriel, you feel something weird on your leg.
For fuck's sake, what now?
A few more hours pass. That feeling gets a little higher.
Okay, fine, I wake fucking up. What is it?
It was just your imagination.
Screw you! Screw you!
You guys awake. Some of you more rested than others. But yeah, you all get your hit points, your hit die back. You can re-choose your spells too.
Good morning, everybody.
Wasn't that nice? Actually sleeping, not getting interrupted by dead people.
Dead people.
How is your summer?
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yes, I'm known to be very funny.
Is that so?
Where are you from? Is this your accent?
I think that's his mask,
Excuse
Tiffany.
me, young lady.
I think that's his mask.
Why are you talking with your mouth in front of your hands in front of your mouth? It seems quite inconvenient.
What's he saying?
Why are you talking with your hands in front of your mouth?
I'm not.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't have eyes either. How much does the mask carry? Chris, how much does the mask cover up? Is it just actually Bane's mask?
Who's that Bane you're referring to?
I'm asking Chris, not your whoever you are.
It is just a metal mask with an interesting grin painted in front of it.
Why are you wearing that? It has no purpose.
Of course it has.
Which would be?
A tool of justice does not need a face.
So you don't want to have a face?
Sam desperately wants
It
Scarf
is
to
not
come back.
necessary for me.
Then wear a full head mask.
That would be a bit inconvenient.
You
Do you
normally...
have any idea how sweaty it gets in a full mask?
Yes, I do actually.
See, I think then this question is clear.
Does my armor have a helmet, Jen?
No.
Oh.
I wear helmets. Those faces are too pretty to hide.
Because I'm pretty sure my
Alright.
snout will still stick out quite a bit.
You do not happen to have any idea where I can find Rasheen, the big-headed?
Rasheen the big-headed?
Yes, I believe you are on the search for him.
How would you know that?
I happen to have overheard a few words you exchanged in front of the stable.
No, we wouldn't in fact not know where to find him. Otherwise we'd already be on our way there.
Is that so? Alright. Oh, what a pity.
Well, then I start getting my horse ready and all my equipment together.
And he leaves again.
I think it's none.
What a dumbass character.
Comet flies out of the sky and kills this Goliath as he's mounting up for his horse.
Who flies up?
A comet. Toriel has never been happier in her life.
The Goliath begins to prepare his horse. What is everyone else doing?
I also take my horse and guess we go back to the city. Look if Adeline's there.
Same. I guess that's what we're doing then.
Yep.
Yeah,
And well, he basically uses the dead bandit as a pedestal to climb up his horse. You hear a few bones crack.
I mean, he's big enough that when he straddles a horse, he technically just has to crouch to sit on its back.
Yeah, you know, he is a bit beyond reason, and maybe he did it on purpose just to damage the body. Nobody knows.
Okay. The Goliath mounts up. You guys begin to ride back towards the city. What are you doing, Mormon?
Riding towards the city.
No, what is Chris's character doing?
So I guess since I not had any information, I would go to the next village to find out more there.
Okay. The Goliath rides off in the opposite direction.
And away he is again.
You guys arrive back at the city. The gate is still open. There don't appear to be any Trymirian Legion manning the gates. You just hitching up your horses?
I mean, I'm just... Can't we ride into the thing with our horses in the city?
You can if you want, but you haven't seen a single person with horses riding around the city.
Fine, we'll put them in the stables again.
Yeah, you hitch your horses back up. Off onto foot, into the city. What's going on?
We look around. Find Adeline, maybe at temple, maybe at some inn.
So you look, where are you looking for Ellen?
What? Yeah,
Where
we're
are you
looking
looking
for. Yeah,
for?
we're looking for. Where?
Where?
As I said, in the temple, in the taverns.
She's not in either.
I call out her name like a lost dog.
Make a performance check.
Garth talked like he had asthma.
It just says rolling dice for. Okay.
If they get there.
You never noticed? I'm a chain smoker.
No, Garth just sounded like Chris.
Like,
Basically.
doesn't Garth sound like Chris?
Chain
Well, I
smokers
didn't
don't
do a lot of
cough, they
voice
can handle their
acting. That's what I
cigarettes.
want to say.
Just so you know.
What was that?
Chain smokers don't cough, they can handle their cigarettes.
Your mum can.
Till they have lung cancer.
She can.
Your mum can handle me.
She can.
I think your mum would be a lovely lady.
Anyway, let's get back to the dog calling. Tiffany calls for Adeline like a dog with 12.
12? Her voice rings out into the city. It's very beautiful. Doesn't it?
Alan!
Doesn't appear to have any effect. All of the fires have been put out at this point. There's still a few trails of smoke leading up into the air. People seem to be kind of like picking through rubble, helping others, and going about their business. The Legion and the Order also appear to have stopped fighting.
But is this just natural? It's just an agreement. Oh, every Tuesday we meet and we have war, and then after we just keep on holding the city together.
You want to find out?
I guess.
Well, you can go towards the Iron Keep, or you can go towards the Order of Shaltir to find that information.
I'll take my chance at the Iron Keep. I don't like the Order of Shaltir.
Oh, come on. Just because they arrested you once.
And fucking teleported us across the fucking world. Gave a big old inconvenience to us. Stole something from Mordok. You know, how could I not like them? They also just floated me into the air. Treated us like shit. How could I not like those people?
So you make your way towards the Iron Keep, and the blockades in the roads still appear to be there. There's about 6 legionnaires kind of casually manning the gates.
Guess I'll just approach them. Excuse me, why are you just fighting the Order of Shaltir and then just stop?
They look at one another and laugh.
Is that just
Marduk laughs as well.
is that just a regular thing to do?
When Murdoch starts laughing, they stop laughing.
He laughs quietly.
Is that just a funny thing to do every Natrunet? You meet and you fight and the city gets burned down and then you stop?
They laugh again.
The one closest to you, he pokes you with his spear, like not enough to like pierce anything, like just to kind of like push you back. I don't know who you are, traveler, but who do you think you are coming around here asking questions?
A concerned person?
Freedom of speech.
I
They're
consider guild.
They're tourists.
I don't think anyone was
you.
talking to you, orc.
Oh, Scottish.
Do you have something against Mordok?
I think I'm about to have something against all of you.
Let's go, guys. It's not worth it.
Maybe you should offer him some whiskey.
Alright then, I'll suppose we take our leaves before we start another war.
I suppose you will.
We leave. I'm not even saying goodbye, that's how rude I am right now.
Well, isn't that
He
rude?
gives no shit. The second you begin to turn around, he turns as well and begins like having a laugh with the other legion. Yes.
Marduk kind of sighs.
So why are they fighting and then just giving up? And why do they hate you?
They don't really hate me. I guess because I was part of the order.
They know that
Just
by
a
looking
very
at
small
you?
order.
Or
You
were
said-
you,
But how are they gonna know?
or were you famous?
It is. How are you famous?
I wasn't very famous, no.
Then how did they just know that from looking at you?
Chen, could they tell I was part
Roll
of
an
the...
intelligence check.
Seven.
7. He called you orc, not wizard.
Yeah, I think they have something against orcs. Halflings.
I'm guessing
You would know that there are halfling members and orc members of the Legion. The actual guy who's in charge of the Iron Keep
Is an orc. Yeah.
Well, maybe not them as faction, just this particular douchebag.
well,
Oh, the iron guy? Yeah, he's definitely a douchebag.
shall we seeing as we can't find Adeline, should we just return to Yanwei?
Yeah, but we do what?
Return what we found to Cillian?
You not actually care of getting Garth back?
Well,
Yeah, that's
no
what I
one
said.
here is gonna know anything about Russian Bellium, but I'm pretty sure Cillian will know something
Maybe
about it.
we can, if the teleportation circle is up, maybe we can buy teleportation seals.
Oh right, we do have
Uh,
money now.
I put him on the ground and turn him into a keyring.
As long as Garth isn't back,
Carry guard as a keyring.
you run the risk of running into the Goliath again.
Or can I not make him my familiar?
How about
Garth is my
how about you
familiar.
let Garth statue be a Garth statue and not tamper with it?
Become a keyring. Or become my familiar.
So
Be a lovely master.
so shall we, we leave for Yanwei?
Be great. I'd keep everyone fed.
Or
I don't mind.
you wanna seek out
Fine, fine.
information here? I've been told that there's a library. Let's go to the library, I suppose.
Might be burned down.
Can we go to library, or was that in the Iron Fortress?
Maybe the high officials know something about Shane or...
From what you've seen, every Order of Sheltier Stronghold has had an entrance to the same library.
Then we go to the Order of Sheltir.
So you guys make your way back across from where you were. It's not that far to get across. It's pretty much like 2 streets, essentially. You turn the corner, and the Order of Sheltier blockade it's still up, but it's a lot more like open than the than the Legion blockade. And there are about 2 Sheltier members at the moment just manning the gates. One
You know what? I'll ask him the same question. Why are they fighting? Just stopping.
Clearly, you're not from around here, traveler. I suggest you don't ask questions that don't concern you.
Marduk nods in agreement.
Everyone is
Toward
so
Turiel.
Well then, what a lovely bunch we have here.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
I did not.
Yeah, it's a library's right over there, right?
If you have the aptitude for it. He kind of looks over you, and he does that thing where he looks at you from your feet to your head, kind of like sneers.
Then I go to the library, I place my hand, I cast my arcane energy.
Well, guess who is already in the library?
How would you have got to a library this fucking quick? You went off into some random village.
I have my ways and means.
Now actually tell me, I want to know.
Well, turn
So do I, actually.
Well, how far would the next village have been away?
Probably more than the half hour that we were in here.
A few hours, yeah.
Well, fast travel. Can we just for once roll with it?
No.
I mean, I assume
Even
like-
fast travel takes time, mate. At least in Skyrim, it takes a few hours.
You had 2 consecutive chances. You have to wait till the next time, man. Sorry.
So I entered the library.
Right.
Am I able? I'm able, right?
Yeah, you. Boom. Same way before, like strings fluttering through the air, and then it rematerializes, pulling itself back into place, and you're in this library, and there's a very familiar, bitchy-looking elfin face just watching you.
I tell you, this place has a tool of justice more necessary than any other place in this rotten world.
What are you saying?
I'm still hearing this voice of this.
I don't fucking know
Dumbass
what he's saying,
Goliath.
okay?
Everything sounds like a question. It's like, no. Like, you ask. Sounds like a question.
Anyway, I go up to the elven-looking bored guy.
It's full of
Are there any
questions
books on a Russian Belgium?
and answers.
Why do I keep seeing your face?
Because I
Dream
keep
about
going
me.
into the library?
Yes, you clearly don't know anything, do you?
Excuse me?
You heard.
Excuse me?
Libraries are
Anyway,
there for research.
Yes, they are. Yet I see your face more times in a week than I do any other.
Well, clearly I do a lot of research.
A likely story.
Now, yes, I've asked the question, yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Then give them to me.
He rolls his eyes and walks off, and he does that thing where he disappears again and he appears on like the upper rung. He rolls his hand over the bookshelf, which keeps the shimmer, pulls out a book, and gives back to you. Here you are.
Thank you. I read the book.
Marduk would like to study. Forgot his name. Fuck. About basilisks and Medusa, mostly.
Okie doke. So, what's that, Toriel? Toriel, from the book you're reading, there's an extensive history of this guy in front of you. His full title, Grand High Lord Rashim Winigol Brenigol Harkin Beryllium V. Last of his name, Kaiser of Contraption, Master of Creation, Dean of Halls of Contraptions.
Why is last of his name part of his name?
It's part of his title.
That's so dumb.
Ferendel, Azine, Corellian, Beryllium IV is listed as a second title. Bandel is listed as another name. and then underneath is Bellium, and then it's crossed out, and then Belly, and then that's crossed out, and then Lum the Mad.
Lumber mad?
Lum the Mad. Lum
the Mad.
the Mad.
The Mad. Okay. Well, that sounds promising.
Is there anywhere what happened to him? What he did after the downfall, the death of the former king?
There isn't. This book seems to be slightly outdated. Like it seems kind of old, and it's been updated. It's like bound with leathers. It seems to be. It's kind of like a description of his rise through the Academy. Academies, thank you.
Welcome.
Of tinkering and creation. It like tells you how he kind of like reinvented how people view golems. He talks about many of his creations and the things and ideas he presented to the world. It talks about how, in being so great, he became the dean of the halls of contraptions, which essentially is like a school for tinkerers. And through being so good that the king took interest in him, the former king of the Trymirian family, and after which he continued to serve King Oswin. However, towards that kind of interval of the crossover, he began to go a bit loopy in terms of he felt that no one could touch his genius. And as such, he began to build himself his own castle and declare himself the king of creation. There are accounts of like people who have witnessed a castle walking around, people who describe it as a moving school. Other accounts.
So it's Lum's moving castle.
Howls.
I mean, if you want to say that, then sure. That's not what I said. That's what you said. But essentially, the last account in the book is that he's unreachable, and that to find him, you must find his residence,
Which is moving a lot.
which roams about the land. Apparently.
Fuck me. I think we gotta give
I
up.
mean, we might just stumble across it.
Oh yeah, we've been traveling these lands for weeks now, and we've never seen a
Give it
moving
time.
castle. But now we're carved into stone. We would suddenly conveniently meet him. A likely
We
story.
might. We are main characters.
What? There are no main characters in the real world.
Of course, it's me.
You may think whatever you like, but I
Maybe
don't.
of your story.
So,
Will you shut up?
You're not even here, mate.
Eclipse.
I'm here.
I mean, Murdoch. From reading your book, actually, hang on. You would have entered, and then he would have switched his attention after giving a book tutorial to you. He's just watching you.
So
Well, I would ask him for the books. Well, this is a public library, isn't it?
I suppose I have to deal with the likes of you.
So always a pleasure to deal with you.
Well, these are my books.
And I'm very grateful.
Are you? You don't seem that grateful. For you stands for collective knowledge of the entirety of Trymira.
well, it's-
And you ask for a book on Medusas.
And basilisks.
What about a book on the Lich?
Are you entering and asking that, Tiffany?
Yes, I am.
Medusas and liches. Aren't we a interesting group of people?
Someone's interesting.
And what interest may you have in a lich, pray tell?
I want to learn.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure I do.
And he kind of sneers at you.
Toriel thinks to herself, apparently absolute knowledge makes you an absolute dick.
They say ignorance
You
is
hear a
bliss.
voice in your mind. You actually do. Like, no shit. Well, I could take the book back if you wanted.
I mean, I'm done reading whatever was in there, right?
This would be around the time you're getting about halfway through what I told you.
Oh. No, that's okay.
He kind of glances towards you. Medusas and basilisks. Sure. And he pulls a bookshelf that's on the same floor as him. He runs his hand over and pulls out a book, walks back to you. Here you are, warlock.
Thanks. Marduk picks up the books and starts reading away.
Toriel is deciding.
Mostly he's looking for a way to turn Garth back into human.
So, reading over this book, you get a brief sort of description of what a basilisk is, a brief description of what Medusas are and how they can disguise themselves. They tend to stay in places away from society. They're often quite solitary creatures, however, occasionally other chaotic, evil, or lizard-type creatures will flock to them and serve them. You get the sense that this was a unique Medusa in the fact that she was so close to civilization and that she called the basilisk her pets as opposed to servants.
It's a lady? I'm pretty sure it's a dude, right? The library elf seems like a man.
He's a dude, yeah.
Yeah,
you also get like descriptions of various stone forms and intensities. Weaker Medusas appear to lose their grasp on their stone forms when they die. Stronger Medusas, however, it's kind of like a permanent thing. You read that there are accounts of people being healed from stone form by magic. Others are cured through elixirs made from Medusa saliva or basilisk saliva, as that is how they consume their prey. Once they've turned them to stone, their saliva reverts them back to flesh. There's also a brief description of a potion that is extremely effective, made by someone called Bellion.
Elliot?
Bellion.
You know, Rashim Bellium?
I think you'll find his name is Grand High Lords Rashim, Winigal, Belligal, Harkin, Bellium Fifth. Kaiser of Contraption, Master of Creation, leading the halls of contraption. For a design, Beryllium, and Lumberman.
Okay, I kind of like focus on him.
Grand High Inventor. There's only a very brief description of it in this book, though, however. The potion seems very complex and it's hard for you to understand, and there are parts of the formula missing. Tiffany, he turns to you. That is, what's his name? Hirian? Hirian? He turns to you and he says, "And what can I do for you?" And he does air quotes. "Queen."
That's alright. Sit down. And I open The Secrets of the Desert, a book I have on me. I just begin to read that.
Oh, you come to a library to read your own books.
I chuckle to myself and continue reading.
You hear this like mocking chuckle in your head.
I mocking chuckle
kinda
back.
We can't
Thinks
come
it's
here.
so funny.
He's a dick towards us because we come here to read stuff a bunch of times, but he's also a dick towards us if we come here to not read, to take his stuff.
Yeah.
Am I done with this book? Do I know exactly?
Yeah, you would have finished by this
Can I pinpoint exactly on a map where his moving castle would be now? Because I'm so familiar with how he acts.
From what you would have had, there are vague accounts of his castle on the of its movement throughout Trymira. It doesn't seem to follow a specific pattern. But the last entry, God, can you work with the computer, please? His last location, like that's noted down in the book, is about here. Not all of my NPCs are dicks.
No,
Are you sure about that?
only 90%.
Not met someone who's nice.
Well, Adeline is quite nice.
Adeline's nice. Celine's
But-
nice.
She can be quite cocky.
Maybe depends. But
What-
she just assaulted me for no reason.
The royal guy in the mayor in Rast was quite nice.
Can't remember that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he
I-
got his ass kicked.
He did, but he also helped you, did he not? He gave you fucking free reign over a crime scene.
It's true.
Yeah, that was. very
As I
nice.
said, only 90% or
I think you guys are just remembering the bad. Also, you've only spoken to people who are definitely going to be against you, so, come on.
halfway.
Chen has a running theme of having people starting with the letters A's and S's as main plot characters.
What about us?
Yeah, you really like OAS people.
OAS?
OAS?
You see, I'm fucking doing it now. Anyway, so you guys all finished with your books. What's going on?
I tell the group that last time Bellium, the mad
What?
fucking retard with his castle, has a moving castle and was seen around this area last.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. There's also mention of one of his assistants or his partners, who was someone pretty high up at the. Oh, is still high up. The new dean of the Halls of Contraption is a wizard named Gren.
Grin.
All right, back to Yanwei we go. You remember Gren, right?
Gren!
We all
yes!
remember Gren.
No, wait, I'm intermingling Gren. Who was that again?
The fucking halfling that exploded his tower once a day.
Gren, yes! I thought so, yeah. You might be someone connected to Rasheen.
Okay, here's the plan. Do we want to finish the quest for him, or do we want to just go to Yanwei and ask him?
Maybe he has something in his notes that would help you find Rasheen. Yeah. Yeah, you heard me.
Ruswa's right there, right?
Raswa.
Indeed.
Alright, where's Evelyn? And more important, where are her fucking teleportation seals she
Do
promised?
we don't have anything for the teleportation. Do we just can we just ask? Okay, who does want to ask? Just can we buy teleportation seals? The order?
They're expensive.
Yeah, but we have money now.
Yeah, but I do. How much do you have?
I have 2,300 gold.
Nice. I have 2,500.
Aren't you special?
I am. I'm a queen.
So, do we wanna teleport to Yanwei? Give the box to Cillian. Get permanent teleportation seals. Teleport to ask Gren. Then teleport. Then either teleport to Rusva to search something from his old tower, or do whatever to free
I have an
go.
idea. Do you know how you said we should rerun characters, Chen?
Hmm?
Can I be a bard and just sing and play the harmonica?
Maybe when you level up. Or if you go buy a harmonica.
You can get it from Powerland.
So are you guys leaving the library?
I am.
I don't think we need
Yes.
any more information.
I'm so glad you guys leave a mess every time you leave.
I bring him back my book first, I guess. I just give the book to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, you do have magic.
He sneers at you. That I do, and he clicks his fingers, and all three of you are standing back in the like empty, cavernous, pre-library room.
Well, are we gonna ask the order now if we can buy some teleportation seals?
I think that will be a bad idea.
Well, traveling to Yanwei is gonna take days.
So are you guys still talking in the library room, or are you talking outside?
Like, we're still in the library room at the moment.
No, we should go outside.
Okay, we go outside while discussing this.
Okay, as you're walking outside, you see that those two Order of Shaltir that were standing by that barricade, that like open barricade, they're kind of hassling this large Goliath.
Why did he come back?
He's trying to get to the library apparently, and you hear like shouts of, "You can't get in here!"
Are you truly deciding to stand in the way of a tool of justice?
Oh, stand you!
Why won't you let him into the library?
Does it look like he could get in? You honestly think this guy has any arcane presence?
Pretty sure he
How about
doesn't.
this arcane
You could let him
presence? And I show
try.
him my
It would be
fist.
funny if he just stands there and fails, right?
I show him my fist.
The guy who's like kind of struggling with him turns around to you, Toriel. We have a job to do. That may not mean much to you, but it means something to me.
Well, I apologize.
It is pathetic how much an uniform improves a man's ego.
He turns around to you and gives you this like spiteful look.
But generally, you can't judge from the outside if a person has magic essence inside them.
He turns back to you. He looks up at you. I forget your guy's name. Mormon. He's like,
Some people
"Do
call
you
it
have any magic?" The answer is no.
Does he have
Oh.
magic?
I have certain talents. Some that someone might call deadly.
I thought he was supposed to be a paladin. Well, don't all paladins have magic?
He's not a paladin.
Oh.
That's you metagaming.
Sorry, I thought he sent the thing and I thought he was a paladin. Okay, never mind.
Well, he's a paladin, but he is not a paladin in class.
Ah, the worst kind of paladin.
Exactly.
Well, what do you want to search in the library?
I assume I'm searching for the same thing as you. Rasheen and his location. You do not happen to find out anything.
He made himself a moving castle, and it's last seen. Do we have a map? Can I take out a map and point to where it was last seen?
Yeah, Victoria pulls out a map and shows it to Mormon.
We are moving. We're about to go back to Yanwei, as there was an old, I guess, disciple or a co-worker of his that is there. Maybe he knows something.
Ah, and you think this one could help me?
Excuse me, say that again?
You think this man could be of use to me?
Did you say that again?
I don't know if he could be of use to you, but maybe he knows something about Rashim that no one else does.
Could you lead me to this
I'm a
man?
bottom.
If you go to Yanwei, just look out for the exploding tower.
An exploding tower and a moving castle. This sounds like child stories.
Well, child stories spring off from somewhere.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I need the link.
Anyway, a good day to you. We shall be we shall be taking our leave now. So do we want to buy teleportation seals somewhere or nah?
Did I hear something about teleportation seals?
Yes. Why?
Well, as a matter of fact, I happen to be in possession of you.
How many is a few?
Well, how many would you need?
Well, you see how big my party is. We're 4 people.
Alright.
You have 6.
We're Toriel, Tiffany, Marduk, and Granny.
No, he has 6 seals.
Well, he needs to tell me that.
Well, I think I could manage that one. And yet, I do not know yet if you're worthy of my, well, help and benevolence.
And how would one find out if they were worthy of your benevolence?
Well, it's up to you. Impress me.
At this point, those 2 audio shots here just step.
Where? How?
You display a lack of imagination. Not really impressive.
I summon a fire sword. Is that impressive?
Oh, alright. And what would you intend to do with that?
Protect the innocent? And slay those who want to bring harm upon them?
Ah, so you also... You do not happen to be a paladin.
I might happen to be a paladin.
Ah, it's so rarely that I ran into a fellow man of my conventions these days.
You're a paladin?
Oh!
Yes.
Hmm.
We actually have a paladin who's not passive.
Please, Tiffany, for fuck's sake.
The passive
I jumped
paladin.
into a fucking pit with a with a Medusa, alright?
A Medusa?
Yes.
A vile creature incapable of
What are you
understanding the
saying?
concept of justice.
Well, sure.
And you
I don't
happen to
understand.
be in a fight with it.
We happen to be in a fight with it, yes?
Oh, interesting. How did you
Ah.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, badly.
This is our anyway, that fight is a reason why
What's
we
that?
need to get back to Yanwei as quickly as we can. So will you
What's
you let us use your teleportation seals, or won't you?
Well, if you would join me in my quest to find Rasheen, then yes.
Sure,
Alright, we have a deal.
we have a deal.
Wait, did you say Rasheen?
Yes.
Well, we are also looking for him.
You got that now?
I'm so glad everyone is paying attention to what's going
You
on.
got that now, mate? He's been the first fucking time we met him. He said he's looking for Rasheen, or was it the second time? Either way, he told us this a long time ago.
I'm sorry, I spaced out.
A bit of a dreamer, your friend, I see. Alright.
Murdoch was too worried about Garth to pay attention to anything.
I offer Foriel my hand.
I take his hand.
Right, since we have an agreement, I think it would be well advised to, just go right now.
The Malfi or Chartier says,
Indeed
yes, if you
would.
have an agreement, could you take it elsewhere, please?
I do not remember having asked you, little man.
I look over to him, smile at him, and say gladly.
Alright,
Well-
and off we go to the teleportation seals.
Roll an intimidation check, real quick. Plus 2, I believe.
Alright. Intimidation.
Smiling at him is very intimidating as well,
Let's do-
right?
I'm a big ass Goliath.
No, I smiled at him and said gladly. It's very intimidating, right?
Okay, who did you
Yeah.
refer to?
It'd actually be plus 4 to
You.
you, yeah.
Of course. Alright. 5. Why?
I
For a
guess
second,
I
for a second he, like-
taken seriously if you have a voice like this.
yeah, for a second he quakes in his boots, and then he realizes, like, the voice that said it to him, and he stands back up, like, tall and raises his chin.
What's the Goliath name, by the way?
Mormon, I think.
You can
wanna
ask
ask
him
me
his
for it?
name.
I was asking.
You can ask him.
I am a mere tool of justice. I do not need a name.
So what do we call you when we need
So-
to call out for you?
Names are for friends, so I do not need one. But if you want to refer me in any way, some people call me Mormon the Accuser.
Okay, Marmor the Accuser. The Accuser.
The Accuser. Excuse me, it's difficult to talk when you're the entire time wearing such a heavy mask.
And just take it off?
Out of game,
Please.
less
Bring off.
less
He just
less
lost it.
less than Bane. He sounds more like Kenny from South Park.
And out of game, how about you change your name on Roll20 to whatever the fuck it is, Mormon?
Never.
No, I want Garth back.
As
I don't
long
want
as-
like the
as long as-
future of D&D. Of
as
me
long as
doing-
Garth
what
isn't-
is he
Tiffany,
saying?
he can play whatever he wants.
As long as Gorf isn't totally dead, I'll remain with that one.
Yeah, I know he
Yeah,
can.
maybe
but
just
what if
for
I
you.
can't understand him? What if I can't understand what he's saying?
Why do
As
you
it stands at the moment, Garth is a piece of stone.
why do you
I don't
suddenly
know what he's saying.
why did you suddenly decide to like Garth anyway right before he turned to stone?
Because Garth was starting to be nice. And I can understand what Garth is saying. I can understand what he's
A very
saying.
valid point. Alright, shall we be off then?
Alright, yeah. I guess we're
We're
wandering off.
leaving for the teleportation circles.
Yeah,
Unless this midget might want to do anything.
well, he wants you to leave, so he just kind of lets you go. But you guys make your way back to the teleportation circle towards the center of town. The original teleportation circle you guys saw here it appears to be active again. However, there was a tree growing out of the center of it. This tree is charred and burned, and it's dead. And there doesn't appear to be a guardian like the gnome you saw, the gnome or the halfling, sorry, that you saw at the first two teleportation circles that you used.
Well, I'll still try and use it.
Go ahead, how do you use it?
I ask Mormon first. Could you kindly give each of us one of the teleportation seals?
Certainly.
Yeah, and I hand them over, and there's still a little bit of blood on each one.
Alright,
of
I
them.
take one teleportation seal in my hand. I place my other hand onto the teleportation circle. I close my eyes and I envision the destination on the map and just the location in general. Yanwei.
Toriel disappears from your sight.
Marduk does the same, familiar with the teleportation. He just does it very mindlessly.
Okay. Martha goes disappears. Tiffany, what you doing?
I do the same.
After you.
I
What-
picture where we need to go.
What is the same? Just go through the steps with me. For
I
Chen's
picture the
enjoyment.
place. Picture the place we need to go. And I think it's step or was it touch? I can't remember how this works. I think it's touch.
Well, that's it. Okay, Tiffany goes.
Alright.
Granny steps on and it's gone. What are you doing, Moran?
Well, the accuser follows.
How do you follow?
Well, just step in the circle with my holding with the teleportation. I step in the circle, touch the circle, and imagine Yanwe.
He goes as well. Don't worry, mother. You arrive at Yanwei relatively fine. It's all good.
Oh, no.
Tiffany and Mom, you guys, you watch like your vision be pulled out of your body and then thrust hundreds of miles up into the air where you can see the entire continent and then the entire planet. And then your vision shifts slightly and you feel this rushing as if you're falling from space. Just as you go down, your sight, your vision focuses on the mountain towards the center of Trymira, and even faster you fall in, and you see your body standing there, and you fall back into your body with it. And both of you fall to your knees and begin spewing your entire guts. Onto
Yeah,
the
then
floor.
Mormon vomits into his mask, which makes it go back in his mouth, which makes him choke and die. The end of
Yeah.
Mormon.
Mormons. There's all this vomit like spewing down the side of your mask, just dripping out onto the floor.
I remember why I never really choose to travel this way.
Oh my god.
You could also choose to take off your mask at least now.
It is tradition to keep it on for my order.
Whatever you say.
The halfling attendant kind of rolls his eyes as he's standing next to the teleportation circle. He runs out with a cloth and begins to like mop up all the vomit off.
Thank you.
And I just drop a coin in my spew. And then walk off.
Anyway, let's make.
Marduk inspects the teleportation seal. Is it a one-time use?
Yeah, they're all single use.
It's in a.
Anyway, let's
Did
make
us
our way to the.
afraid.
How about shall we make our way to the Fighter's Respite and seek out Cillian? I'll take that as a yes. I'm off to
Yeah,
the Fighter's
let's
Respite.
do that. Yeah.
I guess I can wait a few hours before.
But before that, Chen, are we fully healed?
You were full healed from a long rest, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Funny that no one cares about Tiffany actually, Valve. Emptying her stomach.
Shit happens. Shit happens.
Of course,
Yeah,
the
well,
user doesn't care.
She all let it out and then she cleaned up. You just have vomit drizzling from your mask. It's not pleasant to look at, let me tell you.
Yeah, you guys begin to make your way past the two
I never
Legion
intended
guards
to be pretty.
back into town. At this point, it's hitting around midday, so there's a lot of like traffic coming in and out of the city. The market appears to be in full swing. There appears to be an event going on at the Colosso. There are two people in the pit. As you walk by, you can kind of briefly see them just going at it. One appears to be another Goliath, and the other one appears to be a large orc. But it's kind of hard to catch what's going on unless you kind of like go into the Colosseum. You make your way past the Colosso and up to Fighter's Respite. You enter, and
Does it appear to be the orc from Siosa, by the way?
it does not.
Okay, never mind.
You make your way into Fighter's Respite, and all the tables are back in their original bar positions. Only the older gentleman behind the bar is there. He's kind of just cleaning the desk. There doesn't appear to be anyone else in here except for the one gentleman sitting in the back who's got a drink and he just kind of watches you as you enter.
This place smells of scum and skullduggery.
I'll approach the barman, ignoring Mormon, and say, I guess you still don't know a Cillian?
Ever the discreet one, aren't you, Dragonborn?
Maybe.
No, I don't know a Cillian.
Well, if you ever happen to know one, tell tell him that we have what he searches.
If anyone comes in bearing that name, I'll be sure to tell them.
You need me an explanation.
Isn't he like the puppet master?
Yeah. You can. Well, you want to ask about for the puppet master? Sure.
Do I need to make a history check? If I know Cillian or who Cillian is?
Go for it.
Alright, history check. I mean, you have my stats, so what modifier would I add?
-2.
That sounds fitting.
Is he stupid? Is Mormon really stupid?
So
Yes.
6.
Yes.
The name rings bells, but it doesn't really have any founding once you like kind of think about it. You're just like, silly.
You better not. You better not let him know that you work with a criminal, or you better be find a convincing reason.
We ain't telling you shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's the smart way to handle things when he's around.
I mean, Toriel doesn't like working with him either.
Figures.
Shall we check back in the evening and search for Gren in the meantime again?
I don't
Random
know
man I'm
if.
searching for.
So the guy back at the bar who's kind of nursing his drink, he slams it on the table, and he kind of just looks at you and he motions for you to come over to him.
I'll approach him.
Take a seat.
I'll take a seat.
Now, I'm sure our mutual friend would have told you to call him something different.
He did.
Ooh, have you heard about the puppeteer? Do you know where he is?
As silly as it may sound, these names have a purpose, Dragonborn.
Next, we're gonna call me Blue Death.
Blue Moron is more fitting.
Ah, if you'd know.
I would indeed.
The
No,
accuser
you wouldn't
chuckles.
know. You wouldn't know anything.
I know a lot more than you'd care to think.
If have you ever been to Fel?
I have. I hail from there.
Then you've heard about the Blue Death.
I know I could take him in a fight.
I'll disagree, but let's get back to topic. The puppeteer.
Yes, would you like to leave something with me?
No. As it happens, I wouldn't.
Very well.
I would like to meet him, however.
Well, I don't have a time for when he'd be back.
Well, I have a thing that I'd much rather give him personally that is of a very big interest to him.
Oh, I was at the meeting. I can assume what you have. I'll let him know if I see him, though.
Okay, thank you.
He kind of swirls his drink around on the desk. Like he's got a drink, but he's not drinking. It's there for show. Like you can tell, he's just kind of there as like a watcher, so to speak, or a runner, if you will.
Fine. I go out and says, "Thing, he can take him in a fight, or who the fuck is who's him?"
He raises an eyebrow as you walk away. Seems
Blue
to have
Death.
picked up on it.
Never heard of that.
I'm pretty sure I would have heard of that one. Thank you very much.
What is the Blue Death you refer to?
That's not important at the moment. What is important, Howard, is that we go find Gren.
I agree.
And we go leave for the Wizard's Tower.
Big off to see the blizzard.
Okay, it's not too far from Fighter's Respite. You turn the corner. Make your way up a few back alleys towards the area where people are keeping away from. The tower is pretty much just as you left it. The horn that you brought from the Temple of Bahamut, the Platinum Shard, it appears to have been reattached, but very haphazardly. Like there's a load of tape and bandages, kind of like strapping it back to the dragon's head.
I'd like to knock. I knock at the door.
You hear this like really shrill voice in your mind, like, "Yes!"
We would like to talk to you, Gren.
Who are you?
I'm Toriel.
Doriel?
Yes.
Who's that?
A traveler, a paladin, someone who's been here before.
I don't want to talk to you.
We would like to talk to you, though.
Can everyone hear this? Or just for real?
Just whoever knocks can hear it.
Alright.
The door swings open.
Yay! I go in.
And I follow.
Marduk does the same.
Cool. Everyone goes in. It's the same sort of setup as before. A very elaborate looking sort of antique kind of display room with a spiral staircase in the middle, a large metal door to your left.
Last time we saw him up the stairs, right? There's still stairs there, right?
Spiral staircase in the center of the room.
Yeah.
You lead the way,
Let's
youngling.
take the spiral staircase and go up where we saw him last.
Yeah, you guys you go up the staircase. You enter this chamber. It seems to have gotten worse, like in terms of tidiness. There are more papers now, more stacks of books, kind of like sliding off themselves. A couple of those pots and pans that were on like various stoves around the room. Some of them have like appeared to have blown up, and the stoves are kind of like in states of disrepair. A couple of them are still bubbling and like spewing smoke into the room. There are a few more holes in the walls, and you remember the ladder leading up to the top floor is in shards on the just like broken on the floor, and a load of the stacks just kind of fall over, and he like bursts out from behind one of them. Ah, you! I remember you.
Hey.
You break my book.
Sadly, no.
Why not?
We were occupied
Occupied how?
fighting a Hydra. No, wait, not a Hydra.
A Hydra?
No, no, not a Hydra. A Medusa.
Oh. Oh. Did you bring me samples?
Did we? She's not dead, I'm afraid.
Ah, useless. He runs over to one of his books and he begins to like flick through a couple of pages.
One of our friends was turned to stone.
Yes. Past time of fighting a Medusa.
Well,
Might you be able to help?
It's not really my specialty.
well, could you point us to a former co-worker of yours whose specialty it was?
Former co-worker.
Someone goes by the name Ration Belgium.
Oh.
You sure this little man can help us?
Yes.
But he kind of turns and he looks with a quizzical look on his face and he walks up to you and he kind of looks up to you like, strangely, everyone who's seen you before has had some kind of caution towards him. He just walks up to you completely fearless and he looks you straight in the face.
I look back.
Who is this? I don't know this face.
Well, neither do we very well. He's new.
I'm just a companion.
He's searching for for a ration.
He begins like poking at your legs and like pulling bits of your skin and like examining you.
Satisfied?
What?
Nothing. So where could we find Rashid?
Machine. Ah. And he runs back. And he begins to like file through a load of papers. He knocks over another stack of books and he goes, ah! He runs around the side and then disappears. Like, he like almost dives into a stack of papers and just disappears from sight. A few minutes pass. He bursts back out of like a pile of papers and he's got like a large book in his hands. Oh, you see. Well, he has. No, he doesn't have. I have. Oh, not anymore.
Is there any way I could make myself comfortable in this room?
Not really. Everything in here seems like it'd be uncomfortable. It's kind of uncomfortable for you to just be in this room in general because the ceiling isn't super high. Like Toriel's head almost reaches the ceiling in here, and you're kind of having to like crouch a little bit. And
All right, he's bigger than me. It's been a long time since Toriel had to look up to someone.
yeah, there aren't really many chairs, and the chairs that are here are either already destroyed or
Way too small.
way too small. This guy's a halfling. You're a
Alright,
Goliath. This guy's like This guy's like
What?
4.5 foot. You're like 8.
Okay, alright. And then I just stand here awkwardly, growing impatient.
Well, I helped him build his silly moving academy.
So it isn't actually a myth.
I don't deal in myths. Who are you again?
Just a companion.
Companion of who?
Right at the moment of this, gentlemen and fair ladies.
You might want to find.
What are you saying?
You might want to find new comrades. Useless. Didn't bring book.
We will bring you your book. It's just
When? I need book now.
when our friend isn't stone anymore.
Ah. I can give you location of where I believe him to be. But I don't know. He may have changed specifications. Castle moves.
Any-
Castle needs upkeep.
Anything you could tell us about the castle would be great.
If you don't have invitation, don't go in.
How do we get an invitation?
No one gets invitation.
We need to go into. So we can't
Thank
get an
you.
invitation, and we can't go in without an invitation.
Why don't we just go
No,
in
you
demand
can go. You can go in. You just might die, and I need book, so don't die.
We just
Okay.
demand
I'm a
access.
Understood.
specialist in not dying.
You shut up!
You really want to pick a fight, Missy?
So could you tell us where you think he is and where he would go if he needs to upkeep his castle?
No, he can upkeep his castle from wherever he is. He's very good inventor, very good creation. He teach me many things.
So you could tell us where you think he is.
I can give you a rough approximation.
That would be great.
I helped build the moving part, but I do not know much about the rest.
I'm sure you did.
And he goes,
One moment, I need to calculate.
You know where it would walk? You know there's a calculation for where he'd be next?
Yes, it's not magic.
Please do not interrupt him.
Actually, I've never asked for Foril's name.
So could you tell us the general route he would take?
Yes, I draw it on map.
and he pulls out a piece of paper. Well, he pulls out a map of Trymira. And he draws this.
I see no drawing.
So,
Does anyone see a drawing?
Well, this here.
Well, I see the map, yeah, but I don't see a line. If Jen's making a line,
one moment it might not show up for you guys.
do you have to reload the page?
No, give me a second. I'm drawing it on your map. It won't show until I finish drawing it.
Oh.
Da, 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 da.
Me too. I don't know what anyone wants to do because I'm not speaking up.
We want to find out the route, and then we want to go to the route.
Sure.
I'm just, well, waiting.
Yeah, we're waiting for the
Yeah.
route.
Just
Great.
a second, really patient.
Oh my god.
So he's just kind of like drawing on a piece of paper on a map at the moment in front of you. He's showing you the route it takes.
And we're waiting till we see
So
them.
the academy takes the same.
Holy sh!
Stop that!
Well, that doesn't help.
Sorry, you were about to say something.
Well, as long as he hasn't changed anything, this is Garut.
But where on the route is he now?
3 years. Here.
Are you drawing something again? Ah, there. And
Here.
is he going north
So weird.
or west?
What is that?
I
It
don't
looks
know.
like a spider run across the page.
Well, I'm sure you knew from which way he came and which way he's going.
No,
Well,
it goes forwards and backwards.
If you look on the
Sometimes it
map,
goes left. Other times it goes right.
Wait, but that's really close to Yanhui.
look, right, there's a massive cluster here. So if we're going to think about it, he's probably going to be in that area.
It's very
More than
slow.
likely.
It's very
How large is this area?
Yeah, but he just told us he's where was it?
specifically,
Can you
will be
point at it
around.
again, Chen?
Here, pay attention.
Thank you.
So about.
So he's
here, maybe?
around here.
Yeah, kinda.
So we go there. That's just south of Yanhui, maybe 4 days of travel almost, and we just look around.
If we're lucky, he'll come towards us.
And if we're not, we'll die of starvation out there.
Justice cannot be killed, Paladin.
Well, justice can't, but we can.
Exactly.
So do you look at yourself as the very embodiment of justice?
Yes! I need to wait. Bye bye.
That sounds a bit arrogant if you put
I'm
it
not.
that way.
I'm not on anything. I'm just weird.
I'm just asking.
At this point, Gran, he kind of walks up to you, Momon. He's like,
I don't see many Goliaths.
Yes, my kind is quite dissocial, put it that way.
Let me study.
he pulls out a scalpel.
Are you sure you want to have it that way, little man?
I am powerful, wizard.
Can we?
Oh, I've no doubt about that.
Let me study.
And what
Maybe later.
All right, I let Murdoch take over before shit goes down.
While I'm sure you'll make fantastic discoveries that will no doubt help humankind, or what, living kind. What's the broader term again? I forgot.
I don't care about living. I just want to further research.
Well, I'm sure you'd just make great discoveries. Period. I'm afraid we need him without severed arteries and removed organs for a while.
You didn't bring book, but you bring Goliath.
And now we take Goliath away. I'm sorry. We will bring you your book. But now we shall take our leave, and thank you for the help you've provided us.
Don't come back without book.
Yes,
We'll
thank
try
you.
not to.
I do not intend to.
Don't try do.
All right.
And we leave.
Yes.
You make your way down the stairs out the front of the vessel. You look back up for a second because you just kind of feel a little weird, and you look back up towards the second floor and you see his face staring out at you guys as you walk away.
He's screaming down like an old man.
No, he's just watching you walk.
God damn it, people!
Where's Granny?
Do something for
Where's
once in your
Granny?
life.
Chen, where's Granny?
Just
Granny
whisper.
was just catching up to you guys, like as you guys came out of the thing. She's like,
Oh, you ran off and left me at the goddamn pub.
Oh, sorry.
There's been times
What about my owl, Chen?
We're not
Where's
used to
that
being
now?
our party so big.
your owl is he's been fighting about. He's still not coming out to you.
So shall we immediately leave for south of Yanwei, or shall we leave what we've gathered with the guards, whatever you want to call them, in the fighter's respite? Some input from my party would be nice.
You want a piece of advice, youngling? If it is of worth, never give it away.
But giving it away is exactly what would be of worth to us. Then again, we could use it for ourselves and see what it does. But I'm afraid it will bring more badness? Maleficentness? What's the word I'm looking for?
Malleus.
Malefice upon us. Then
You're in possession of an evil artifact.
I doubt that it is evil. It is just an artifact.
Guys, I have to go soon.
Alright.
However, I'd say keep it for as long as you can.
Well, seeing as that's the only advice I'm getting from the the 4 people I'm with,
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'll do.
Alright. Shit, we didn't say we'd take our horses with us.
I mean, we did use the teleportation circle, so how would the horses have gone with us?
Maybe we can teleport with them.
Well,
Alright.
they're not really our horses.
Yeah,
Do you
can
have teleportation seals for the horses?
nope. Can I make my horse disappear? Just poof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Do not have any problems with horses.
Somewhere across the world, your horse disappears.
And the little
What about
child
my
bursts out in
horse?
tears.
Child who was playing with my golden horse.
There's just a guard who's just like walking past a stable. He's just like, what the?
Works too.
Shall we acquire new horses?
I cannot be asked right now. I'll just fly.
Hey, Jamie, did you see that? One of those horses.
I cannot be asked.
I just
What are you-
wondering.
You been drinking again?
100 money for a horse just to lose it.
Well, if we walk, we'll be much slower.
Well, why don't we double up horses? You know, have 2 people on one.
That's very smart. I'm sure my horse can carry more than just me.
Share a horse with me, young lady.
Who are you saying that to?
Well, then we'll.
Well, to Tiffany.
What are you saying?
If you'd care to share a horse with him, young lady.
I'm sure. I'll have such a lovely conversation with you.
By the way, this is this like 8-foot, white, ashy skinned, half tattooed Goliath with this horrid like executioner's mask covering the bottom of his face.
Yeah, and also there's still puke coming out from that mask.
Yeah, puke that's now drying around the sides of it. Bits of blood that have just like soaked into his clothes.
Dad, you not talk about my mother like that. No, I think I'll go with Toriel if that's alright. Since Toriel's my bitch, I was planning on going with Toriel.
Oh, you're lovers.
Maybe. Nah, I just want a three-way with me, Toriel, and my husband.
Excuse me, what? Is someone just dying in Chen's background? Chen, you okay?
I just want Toriel to get along with
Is your-
Tiffany and be best
Is your
friends. And
processor
plot each other's
overheating,
hair
Chen?
and talk about girly things. But no, that kind of happened.
Look, Toriel is your friend. She's not into
Yay!
girly things.
I'll paint your nails.
It would be funny if you were friends with benefits.
We can wear face masks together.
I mean, I guess Toriel
Has
is up to
anyone
some
of you
exploration.
have any? This is just a question. Have any of you guys tried to peel off face masks?
Nope.
Yes.
What?
Do you like them, Chen?
No.
No.
Oh.
See, Araman tried it and he found it so satisfying. It's like when you pull glue off your hand. Do you not feel satisfied?
I don't find that satisfying.
What?
I find it really
No?
irritating.
Okay. Never mind.
Alright, so are we buying?
Try some peel off.
How big is our
Mask.
party? We're 5 people, I think, right?
At the moment, you are Tiffany, Toriel, Murdoch, and Mormon, and Granny.
So 5 people. So we
5
need
people.
at least.
Six if you count with Statue of God.
Yeah, but he's in a bag. He weighs nothing.
He is in a bag, yes.
So we need at least 3 horses.
You did not expect that bag thing, did you?
My old bones won't be able to keep up with you. I think I'll stay here until you return.
Oh, okay.
Let's ditch her.
It's just out of game. What if Han comes back and you just tell him, "Oh, you actually can't play. You're still in Yanwei."
Well,
Maybe
maybe
you-
I'll get bored and come and catch up with you later. I don't know.
All right.
I just want to see the world before I die.
And not getting well thrown around by basilisks, yeah. Alright.
All right. Will you stay at what are the names in Yanwei of the hotels? Where is my Yanwei sheet? There it is. There's not a single fucking inn written down in my fucking
How
Yanwei
about
sheet.
I stay at the Gorgon? It seems very fitting.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
Later, Granny.
So do we
Right.
just leave immediately for
Bye now.
south of
Bye-bye.
Yanwei?
No point in waiting.
Alright, so let's buy 1 horse and I'll summon the other.
Oh yeah, alright.
Hold up. You're gonna have. What are the groups of horses?
What?
What are the groups of the horses?
Tiffany, a big ass accuser fuck, and Toriel Marduk.
My ass is
Okay.
Is that not good?
No, you didn't hear what Araman said in the background, so it won't be funny.
What did Arrowman say in the background?
I went. You know, it's not nothing.
Okay, I gotta go,
Okay.
you guys.
Are those not good horse groups? I
Also
mean,
joke something about a ride, maybe.
my-
Riding.
my horse will probably be able to carry Toriel and Marduk. I can summon it. I can make it the most beast ass horse.
Oh, wait, what?
What?
Was it because we were talking over him or something?
Yeah,
You
Cliff
said you have
left.
to go.
Yeah, it's too.
Oh,
So
oh.
the only real problem here would be if 1 horse can carry Merman and Tiffany at the same time.
Mm.
Then again, Tiffany said she could just fly.
Yeah, but I won't fly that fast.
Could she?
So, shall we buy 1 or 2 horses or 3? Hello?
Hello?
No.
Well, no.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just do that.
Okay, let's just go to the stables and figure it out there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, we
That's
go to the
good.
stables.
The stables you guys got horses from before, or the stables south of Sealsea? I mean, the Amway.
I'd say probably south, because that's where we need to leave.
Okay, so you go to a stable south of Yanwei, and it's a very rudimentary, kind of ramshackle looking building. There doesn't appear to be a stable hand. There are 2 horses that are hitched up. One appears to be quite strong, very powerful. The other one seems a little sickly, and it's got a few packs on its back, kind of like a pack horse.
Can we buy them?
There doesn't appear to be a stable hand here.
Fine, we go to the north where we bought them before.
The west is where you bought them before.
West.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to the western stable hand. Again, you see this array of like multitudes of horses. There's about maybe 20 to 30 horses here. There are also a few like carts that are lined up. And there's a small building that seems like an office kind of area.
Will we enter the office if there's no stable keeper around?
You walk in, and there's an orc who's kind of just like leisurely has his feet up on the desk, acknowledges you and he tips his hat.
Good day. Would you happen to have a horse who could carry this giant Goliath and an elf at the same time?
I did.
You did?
I did, yes.
And then what? You sold it.
Oh, yes, I lent them to a friend.
That friend wouldn't happen to name Adeline, right?
No, so you know her.
Yeah. We've actually been searching for her for a while, but we haven't found her.
Well, she said she returned the horses within 2 weeks or so, so she's usually good for her work.
I'm sure she will be. So, guess we'll require 2 horses then. You just have a horse who could carry this. What's he?
He looks over to Mormon and kind of sizes him up. So, I'll sell you a horse you don't have to bring back. Any horse that fellow rides will probably die.
Alright.
Sounds fair enough.
And 1 for the elfin lady as well.
Oh, she could ride any horse. All of my horses are of the highest quality, I assure you.
I sure they are.
I take you by your word.
I'm sorry, what? I can't hear you over that disgusting mask.
I said I take your word for it.
Didn't ask you to, but sure.
Alright, we go out with him and buy 2 horses.
You'd like to keep them or rent them?
We'd like to buy them. Because let's be honest, we won't bring them back if we rent them.
He walks up to the upper end of the stable. Like, take your pick.
I'll let Tiffany and Momonga decide.
Momonga.
I don't Mormon! I don't fucking remember that name.
Just call me the accuser if you... It's easier.
Does Mordok's not here, so he can't fucking tell me if he wants a horse. So I just summoned the most beast-ass horse who could both carry me and Mordok.
I thought we were riding together, Toriel.
Fine, Toriel and Tiffany will be riding a horse. And we'll let Mordok... You'll pick a horse for Mordok.
Friendship.
You're really easy to convince, youngling.
Well, either way, it'll be 150 gold.
Alright, well,
Per horse?
Per horse, yes.
alright, well, I guess I can pay for myself.
What if it has how much would a little extra cost, like saddles and food for the horses?
I'll throw that in for an extra 20 gold.
Per horse again?
Per horse, yes.
Do we want to pay that from... Actually, I mean, Tiffany, you can pay that from the party fund. Actually, right,
I
for
can.
Murdoch. And
How much was it?
Well, what price for
170.
myself, I guess.
170 per horse.
For...
Okay, so we're getting one, aren't we? Or two. Ow.
and you're paying for one, and Miri Mary is paying for himself.
That's fine, I'll just mark it off.
So yeah, I guess off we are.
Right, so
Did I summon my horse yet?
Yeah, you summon your horse, it rides in from up the street again.
Excellent. I get on a horse, and then I help Tiffany up onto the horse, and then we ride into the sun
So
set.
it's not so much helping her up onto the horse as it is kind of like dragging her by the arm and just throwing her over the back of it.
Excuse me? Toriel can be gentle.
Yeah, that 20 strength and like fucking heat intelligence. I'm sure you can.
Hey, leave Toriel alone.
But yeah, you guys get on your horses and you begin to make your way south for Yanmei, and I guess we'll leave it there for now.
Alright.
Fine.